friends, let's talk. When I first got introduced to YouTube, I started off as a casual viewer, watching clips here and there, not really looking for anything in particular, not really knowing what to look for. It wasn't until I came across a reviewer that I really liked, one whose work I respect and admire and that I feel really speaks to me, that I started to take notice and take things more seriously, understanding what channels were and how to navigate through them properly. As I got more familiar with YouTube, I began to recognize the tools that are available to anyone wanting to provide feedback on the videos they're choosing to watch. At any given time, one can feel free to comment, subscribe to someone's channel, like or even dislike, and therein lies the problem. Despite the fact that many people actually do use the dislike button as it was originally intended, I've recently come to the realization that that may not always be the case. Judging by the majority of comments that I've read in the past few years, I can only assume that there are those who hit dislike as more of a personal attack rather than a mere disagreement on an individual's views. Thus, I generally don't like your opinion tends to become I generally don't like you as a person, and that's never a good start to anything. If that is the case, and I'm not saying that it is, if I don't like you is in fact the main reason why the dislike button is being used at any one time, I'm afraid that I'm going to have to burst that bubble just a little bit. Out of all the videos that I have seen, it seems to me that the majority of them see the amount of likes outweigh the amount of dislikes. So if you're just hitting dislike to take some sort of a stand or make some sort of a statement against a certain content creator that you don't like for whatever reason, I really don't think that you're going to be starting a movement anytime soon. Of course, this is all my opinion, and I have no actual proof of any of it. There is no way of knowing for sure that any or all of the comments that a video receives are directly related to the amount of likes and dislikes that it gets, or that there's any sort of negative feeling or animosity towards this creator or that creator. I just feel that the coincidence is a tad suspect. In all honesty, though, that part doesn't really bother me so much. My question is why? Why dislike? While this is strictly my opinion, and I'm very open to the idea that I may in fact be slightly off base over other people's motives, I don't see why we need a dislike option at all. Why do we need to let everyone who watches this person or that person's content know that there are others who don't like either their work, or perhaps more appropriately, the creators themselves? Why the need for public announcement? Here is my perspective. If I don't like content that someone has produced on his or her channel, I won't watch it. I'll move on to something else, either on their channel or on someone else's. If I do continue to watch all the way through until the end and decide that I don't like it, or still don't like it as the case may be, once again I'll move on to something else. If, however, I hit like and then change my mind for whatever reason, I can always undo my previous decision by hitting like a second time. There's really no reason to offend someone by making your dislike known, no matter how you came about your decision or how it was intended. It's all a matter of respect. The very idea of dislike in the form of a thumbs down just feels disrespectful to me, towards the creator and what they do, towards the hard work, dedication, and above all the hours they've put into sharing their content with both their own fans and the YouTube community as a whole. That being said, perhaps I can offer a viable solution. What if, for example, the thumbs down were to be dispensed with altogether? Creators would no longer be forced to look at a number as an indication that someone out there doesn't like what they have to say every single time that they view their statistics. Something that can get very disheartening very quickly, regardless of the thick skin one may have. A thick skin can only take you so far. And fans would still be able to take part in a healthy discussion or debate and post their feelings and opinions, positive or negative, in the comments section. Maybe we don't need to go that far though. Consider those that have put in just as much time and effort as the content creators themselves, establishing certain codes or programs to allow for dislike to exist as a function alongside like, subscribe, and everything else. Isn't everyone involved in the creative process entitled to that same respect that I've been talking about over and over? Taking all that into account, maybe all we really need is more choice. What if the dislike function was not dispensed of entirely and creators were instead allowed to decide what worked best for them individually? What if YouTube were to offer each reviewer, producer, and the like the option and the opportunity to either include the thumbs down icon or not when they're setting up their channel initially? Leave a comment and let me know what you think. I'll be back next week to talk about another tool made available to us, the comments section, as our mini-series on respect continues. Until then, please remember to like and or subscribe if you so choose. Have a beautiful day, a fantastic week, and please remember to respect one, respect all.